The typewriter. My name is George Patterson, and I am 75 years old. I have lived through many changes in the world, but one of the things I remember most fondly is my typewriter. It was my greatest tool, my closest companion, and my window into a world of words. When I was a young man, I loved to write. I wanted to be a writer. At that time, we did not have computers. We had typewriters. A typewriter was a machine with keys, like a computer keyboard, but it didn't have a screen. When you press a key, the letter appears on the paper. I got my first typewriter when I was 20 years old. It was a gift from my father, who told me that every writer needed a good machine. It was heavy and made of metal, with round black keys that clicked loudly when I pressed them. The sound was wonderful. Click, clack, click, clack. It felt like music to me. The ink ribbon had to be replaced often, and I had to be careful not to smudge the paper. But despite all of that, I loved it. Every morning I would sit at my desk, roll a sheet of paper into the machine, and begin typing. The sound of the keys was like music to me. There was no delete button, so I had to think carefully before I typed each word. If I made a mistake, I had to start over or use correction fluid to fix it. It was slow work, but it taught me patience and discipline. In those days, letters were written by hand or typed on a typewriter. There were no emails, no instant messages. If you wanted to send a message to someone, you had to write it, type it, put it in an envelope, and take it to the post office. It could take days or even weeks for a letter to reach its destination. But when I received a letter in return, it felt special. There was something magical about holding a piece of paper that someone else had touched, knowing that they had taken the time to write to me. I used my typewriter for everything: letters, stories, reports, even poetry. It was not just a machine, it was a part of me. The keys became worn, the ribbon faded, and sometimes the carriage would get stuck, but I never wanted to replace it. One day, I decided to write a book. It was a big challenge, but I was excited. I sat down every evening with my typewriter. The sound of the keys filled my small room. After many months, I finished my first book. I was so proud. I sent it to a publisher, and they liked it. They printed my book, and I became a writer. As the years passed, the world changed. Computers appeared, and suddenly people could write and edit with ease. There were no ink ribbons to replace, no keys to clean. Mistakes could be erased with a simple press of a button. It was faster and more efficient, but something was missing. The feeling of pressing real keys, the sound of the carriage return, the satisfaction of finishing a page, all of that was gone. Now I have a computer, like everyone else. I can type faster than ever before, but I miss my old typewriter. I miss the days when writing was slower, more thoughtful. Technology has made things easier, but sometimes I wonder if it has taken away something special. Still, I am grateful for my memories. My typewriter may be old and dusty now, sitting in a corner of my study, but I will never forget the way it made me feel. It was more than a machine. It was a part of my life, a symbol of a time when writing was an art, not just a task.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. See you soon.